We all know the names of great visionaries: Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. They're the ones making all the headlines, the ones we credit with changing the world. But here's the thing: behind almost every great CEO, there is also a great COO, the person actually building the machine that turns a big idea into a big company. In this video, I want to share with you the story of Facebook and its COO, and also highlight a few other amazing operators that have completely changed the trajectory of great companies and people. In 2008, Facebook was not yet the giant we know today. Back then, it was mostly a cool website for college students. It had users, but almost no revenue. No brand advertising, no scalable way for businesses to spend money on the platform. If you were an advertiser in 2008, there was literally nothing to buy from Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg was focused on the product, on making Facebook the social network. But if Facebook was going to survive, it needed a business model. It needed a way to make money. That's where Sheryl Sandberg comes in. She'd spent years at Google helping to build one of the most sophisticated advertising systems in history, one that transformed Google from a search engine into a revenue powerhouse. When she joined Facebook as COO in 2008, she had one clear mission: turn Facebook from a fast growing social network into a real business. It wasn't just about making a profit, it was about building an engine powerful enough to keep the company alive, fund its global expansion, and create a path so it could dominate the internet for decades to come. She knew the stakes were massive. Without a business model, Facebook's growth would eventually hit a wall. User numbers alone don't pay salaries, keep servers running, or fund innovation. The challenge, well, Facebook's culture at the time wasn't business focused. It was full of engineers, product designers, and visionaries who cared about user experience, not ad sales. Sandberg had to figure out how to monetize the platform without ruining it. She had to convince a product focused CEO and an entire team that making money wasn't selling out. And she had to do all of that while building an entirely new revenue infrastructure from scratch. And not just any revenue infrastructure, but one perfectly aligned with the company's DNA, keeping the platform free, user focused, and scalable for millions of people. Cheryl approached the challenge methodically. First, she brought in structure, something Facebook severely lacked at the time. She introduced a clear org chart, she defined responsibilities, and brought in leaders with deep experience in sales and operations. Next, she built a foundation, recruiting and training sales teams across multiple regions, developing internal tools for targeting, reporting, and measuring ad performance, and creating a playbook for working with everyone from small businesses to global brands. Then came the breakthrough: Facebook's self serve ad platform. For the first time, any business from a local coffee shop to Nike itself could log in, target an audience, and start advertising within minutes. This was the game changer moment that unlocked massive upside for Facebook. By the time Sandberg left in 2022, Facebook had evolved into one of the most powerful advertising platforms in history. Ads accounted for over 97% of Meta's revenue at that time, tens of billions of dollars every single year. She had transformed Facebook's future from a social experiment to a sustainable business, and from a cool website to an essential global platform. And perhaps most importantly, she worked in lockstep with Zuckerberg, ensuring that revenue growth never came at the expense of user growth. The ads had to feel integrated, not intrusive. The platform had to remain free, fast, and frictionless. Zuckerberg stayed focused on building the product. Sandberg built the business. Her legacy is a reminder that vision without execution is fragile. You can have the best product in the world, but without someone building the business around it, it's just potential. This is why COOs deserve more credit, because a lot of the times they're the ones who turn dreams into sustainable realities. And it's not just COOs. Let's give a few more quick examples of behind the scenes operators that completely change the trajectory of a company. Take Anne Hyatt. She became Jeff Bezos' right hand at Amazon in 2002, managing everything from minute by minute schedules to helicopter flights. Later, she supported Google's Eric Schmidt for years. Across 16 years with two of the world's most influential leaders, she wasn't just an assistant. She was a strategic partner who made high stakes decisions possible. Today, she coaches CEOs on how to scale themselves and their companies. Or Debbie Gross. She supported Cisco's CEO John Chambers for 25 years, but didn't stop there. She led the 1,000 person global admin team as Cisco scaled to 46 billion in annual revenue. She wasn't simply supporting leadership, she was building it. Now she trains others on leadership and operational excellence. Or Monique Hellstrom, also known as the chief of Simon Sinek. For nearly a decade, she launched 3 bestsellers for him, scaled his global speaking career, and orchestrated major media appearances, all from behind the scenes. She now teaches executives and executive assistants how to move beyond admin work into true strategic partnerships. Now, these stories prove a simple truth. The most impactful of people aren't always in the spotlight. Sometimes they're the ones making the spotlight possible for other people. So the next time you hear about a legendary CEO, just remember there's almost always a COO or a strategic operator turning that vision into reality. If you've worked with one or been one of those people, I want to hear your story. Drop it in the comments. I want to highlight more of the people who make companies thrive. And if you're new here, here's what you can do. Subscribe to join this new and growing community of builders and operators. Share this video with someone who's ever worked behind the scenes. They'll appreciate the recognition. Join our Telegram group with the link in the description where we can have honest conversations, debate real challenges, and share practical strategies. And visit radofratila.com for more resources and to connect directly. Let's keep shining a light on the people who don't just make headlines, but instead, they make history. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.